Cancer, also called malignancy, is an abnormal growth of cells. There are more than 100 types of cancer, including breast cancer, skin cancer, lung cancer, colon cancer, prostate cancer, and lymphoma. More than 10 million people around the world die each year from cancer. Experts project cancer deaths to rise to 13 million by 2030 if we do not act now. World Cancer Day aims to save millions of preventable deaths each year by raising awareness and educating about it. At MediCircle, we are conducting an exclusive interview series on the occasion of World Cancer Day, showcasing eminent oncologists over a discussion to bring awareness about cancer, its treatments, and myths related to it. Hi, this is Sana Khan, and today, in this initiative, we are going to speak to Dr. Keyur Gutte. Dr. Keyur Gutte is a Chief Consultant, Surgical Oncology at Integrated Cancer Treatment and Research Center. He has been a Program Director of MUHS Fellowship in Head and Neck Cancer Surgery and an Associate Professor with MCI and MUHS recognized teaching experience of 14 years. His special interests are head and neck cancer, breast cancer. His affiliated hospitals are Columbia Asia Hospital, Integrated Cancer Treatment and Research Center, Noble Hospital, Sri Hospital. He has been in private practice in and around Pune since 2006. Hi, Dr. Keyur. Welcome to MediCircle.
Hi, Sana. Thank you for the kind introduction. And thank you for having me here.
It's our pleasure, sir. Okay, doctor, there are three most common types of cancer in India: breast cancer, cervical cancer, oral cancer. Are they curable? And if yes, how?
Yes, so all these three types of cancers are comprising the majority of cancers in India. And all these three types of cancers are fortunately curable. However, it depends on the stage at which these cancers present in that particular individual that we determine the rate of cure. And the rate of cure in any cancer is expressed in terms of 5-year survival. Okay. So if we start with oral cancers stage for stage have got the highest chances of cure, starting from stage 1 even to stage 4, because of the fact that they do not spread to other parts of the bodies as compared to the other two cancers, that is breast and cervical cancers. Whereas breast cancer, again, if you start with the initial stage 1, they've got the highest chances of cure. But because breast cancer tends to spread through the nodes and subsequently to other organs in the body, as the stage advances and we go to the advanced stages, the cure rates will correspondingly fall. Cervical cancer falls somewhere in between. It also stays in the localized area of the cervix and the adjoining nodes for a long time. But once any cancer gains access to the bloodstream and lymphatics, which also happens in later stages, the advanced stages, then that tends to spread more rapidly, and then the cure rate subsequently also decreases. So it all depends on the type of cancer and the stage of cancer that we determine how curable it will be.
Right. Doctor, with the passing years, there has been an increase in the number of cancer cases. According to a study in India, with a population of 1.335 billion, witnessed as many as 1.16 million new cancer cases and 7,84,800 cancer deaths in 2018. What are the reasons and how can they be controlled?
Yes, as I said previously, that cancer is multifactorial. So it is also determined by our own, not only just our own genetics, but also our environment and how the body reacts to this environment.
Right.
So anything that is a factor which changes the internal environment of the body, whether it's habits of smoking, drinking, certain dietary patterns, lifestyle patterns. So all these have contributed to the increase in the number of cancer cases that we are seeing, not just in India, also worldwide, but especially in India, because India has seen a more drastic change in the way people are living in the last 20 years because of progression in our standard of living. So people moving from the rural kind of style of living to urban kind of living, with the associated changes in their dietary habits,
The
their
lifestyle that they follow.
habits of smoking,
Mhm.
drinking, the
Right.
lifestyle, then even the kind of stress that they are exposed to.
True.
That is one factor. So the second factor that has accounted for this apparent increase in the incidences of these cancers contributes to the increased awareness
Mhm.
and increase in the rate of detection of these particular cancers over the last few years, because of just an increase in the availability of resources in terms of diagnostic centers and hospitals which people can access, and also more tests are coming up to diagnose cancers which are more accessible to people. So it's not just that cancer itself is increasing, but it's also the detection rate which has led to the figures which have uh, grown so disproportionately in the
Right.
last few years.
Right. Okay, doctor, there are a lot of people that think cancer is genetic. How true is that?
All right. So actually, it's this cancer is genetic is kind of a wrong statement, uh, in the sense that genetic all cancers basically have to do with some gene mutations and alterations in our genetic structure.
Right.
But what people actually are trying to say by this is that cancer is passed on from one generation to another.
To the
And they are
other.
labeling this factor as genetic, whereas actually this should be called hereditary.
Hereditary.
Yeah, or
Right.
familial. So there
Mhm.
are different types of in patterns, hereditary and familial. So hereditary means that it will be passed on from one generation to the next generation,
Right.
and that may or may not be manifest in the next generation. So although everything is genetic, it may not be hereditary. And some cancers are running in families, so they may
Right.
not be hereditary. They may not be seen in all the subsequent generations, but different members in different generations of some particular families tend to carry some specific mutations in their
Okay.
genetic structure.
Okay.
So these families tend to have clusters of that particular cancer or group of
Mhm.
cancers, which is
Okay.
particularly this related to that particular genetic mutation. So although all cancers ultimately have to deal with genes, it
Mhm.
doesn't mean that all the cancers are genetic. Secondly, if you go into the causes of cancer one by one, so
Right.
as I said, that some cancers are more related to your habits.
Mhm.
Some cancers are related to some types of blood groups. They're more
Okay.
common. And some cancers ultimately are related to some particular mutations which have been found linked specifically to that type of cancer. So
Right.
like certain kinds of leukemias, then some most certain kinds of colon cancers.
Okay.
But this particular proportion accounts for a very minuscule proportion of cancer in that particular organ.
Right.
Whereas the majority of cancers in that particular organ are not maybe related to those particular mutations. They are just kind of wild mutations which happen in that particular individual itself. They have not been present in the previous generation,
Right.
and it's not a rule that they will be passed on to the next
To the
generation
next
also, and they may
generation.
not be present in that person's the same generation and siblings of that same person who carries that mutation also. So there
Right.
are like it's like a wild hit in that particular individual, that gene has encountered certain mutations, and that's what's led to that particular cancer. But again, then that is also a very low kind of percentage,
Mhm.
whereas the other factors still play a major role.
Thank you so much, Dr. Kure, for coming to our show and sharing your valuable time and insights with us at MediCircle. It has been a pleasure having you on the show.
You're welcome. Thank you.